So we're going to get started. My name is Nick Gulota. I'm Chief of Staff to Councilmember Julie Wan. I'm going to be emceeing. Our first speaker today.
Each year on Losar, you don't have to worry about moving your car. You just get to celebrate.
I think we can all agree that the greatest city in the world just became even greater.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to my fellow Korean colleague in the council, Julie Wan.
And thank you so much. धेरै धन्यवाद Councilman Julie Wan. Please जोरदार ताली वाले thank you दियो.
Namaste and early Losar Tashidelek.
We travel from all over the world to make this place our place. So we're gonna build it together. We're gonna say this is our culture. Let's make us a better place for all of us. This is New York City. This is your home. We choose this home. We're gonna make sure that we build it for the next generation to come.
I am a proud Sherpa American. Thank you so much, New York City Council, for supporting the passing of the Introduction.100 bill to make the Losar and alternate site parking.
Losar is a very historic landmark. This historic bill is recognition for all the Asian Buddhist communities living in New York and around the state who came here to New York to celebrate the Tibetan Losar.
Diri 믹스기 루규기 정신 대맥이 비백 로사단 제의 팀제직 때문에 나머지 아니 간적이 다 될라 토지 체스제 가든 쇼요제
Good afternoon and welcome to the stated meeting of January 23rd, 2025. I am Majority Leader Amanda Farias and I'd like to thank you for joining us. If you would like to follow along, the agenda for today's meeting is posted on our website. On behalf of the body, I welcome the members of the public who have joined us here today. During stated meetings, only members of the council may speak, moved by a sergeant at arms. I want to remind my colleagues that decorum is to be respected at all times. Insulting each other is not appropriate. All remarks are to be addressed to the chair, and members shall not speak unless recognized by the chair. It is essential that even if we disagree, we treat each other with respect.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All rise.
Hudson.
Present.
Joseph.
Present.
Krishna. Here.
Introduction.100, sponsored by Councilmember Julie Wan, would suspend alternate side parking rules for the holiday Losar, also known as Tibetan.
Hi, Julie Wan. Thank you very much. I'm really appreciate for doing all those things. So our people will never forget forever this event happened to us. So I'm from Sakta Teaching Association. We have around 3,500 people, and we have also non-profit organization. I'm from there. So we have all those and the Rinpoche Sakta Teaching from everybody. So I want to thank you again. So please tell something you want for my YouTube channel. There is 7,000 around people watching. So anything.
Tashidelek, thank you so much for being here with us, because without you, this would not be possible. So today we were able to pass Intro 100, which is a new law in New York City
which now recognizes by the government the celebration of Losar, Tibetan New Year. And that means that you won't have to move your car because you won't get ticketed. And it's not just about the parking ticket, but it's about the recognition and visibility of the Tibetan people that we are saying into law the word Tibet. The recognition of the country, the culture, the history, and the people the 61,000 people that live here. And we're going to continue to fight because this is just the beginning. Because this is how we move towards getting Losar recognized as a school holiday, getting Tibetan history and our Asian American, Pacific Islander are in our curriculum for our public schools to say that Tibetan Americans are part of our American history and making sure that that story is written and continue to fight for budget justice so that our Tibetan organizations, our Himalayan organizations are getting city funding for the taxpayer dollars that we use. So that way we can preserve your culture, continue to fight, and one day see it, hopefully in our lifetime, a free Tibet.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I will contact you for the future.
Okay.
So anything we need
Yes.
help from you guys.
More to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think we can all agree that the greatest city in the world just became even greater.
Yes.
100%. And I think, I just have one message today. We get a lot of support. Tibetan Buddhist culture gets a lot of recognition from people everywhere around the world. It is very easy to make resolutions. It's very easy to say we support you, we are with you. What is difficult is to say, on this day, we will suspend street cleaning because we believe that you deserve recognition. That is really difficult. And I think because of that, whether we are Bhutanese, whether we are Nepalese, whether we are Sherpa, Himalayan, Mongolian, right? Or just a regular American Buddhist over here, no matter where you are, no matter which culture you belong to, I think this recognition means that we are not all these random cultures spread in different valleys in the Himalayas or the plateau. We are all part of this great civilization called the Tibetan Buddhist civilization. And I think there is no greater recognition for this civilization than this resolution, this new bill that just passed. Thank you so much to everybody who was involved in this. And I think this sends a very important message, actually. While it recognizes all of us in this great city of more than 8 million people, it sends a very important message to the Chinese government. Because the culture and the civilization that we are recognizing today is under threat in its own ancestral home. Because of the Chinese government's draconian laws, draconian policies. And this sends a message to the Chinese government that you have no right to destroy this major civilization. You have no right to destroy Tibetan language. You have no right to destroy and attack Tibetan Buddhism. It also sends a very important message to the Tibetan people inside Tibet, who are told every single day by the government, by the regime, your culture doesn't matter. Your culture is backward. Your language is backward. You should move on and change, right? It sends a message to the Tibetan people inside Tibet that your language, your culture, your civilization, your history is important, and your conception of time is important. What day the year begins matters, right? And we are all part of this community that believes that the year begins on Losar. Losar Taisha Delek to everybody. Thank you so much.
If you asked me in 2021 when I ran for office, a lot of your support meant the world to me, but I would have never imagined that we would be standing here, that we would be sitting in there saying Taisha Delek to the entire city of New York.
We heard it.
And through your advocacy, through your organizing, now the city of New York recognizes Losar as an official holiday and the very first Buddhist holiday in the city of New York. This is just the beginning. As you continue to organize, now we have visibility, we have recognition, and you're continuing to grow your civic power of making your presence known in the city of New York. If the 61,000 of you continue to stay together and that you band together with other AAPI communities, especially the Himalayan community, with our Nepalese partners. Also our Indian partners that are and our Burmese partners. I know that we could go so far. From the city of New York, we have representatives like Kesan Yatso, who's on my team. And basically a Tibetan brother, Nicolota. And Pema is also here from the controller's office. I saw. We also have Seyong in the mayor's office. And that is just the beginning for your future. Not only are we fighting to preserve Tibetan language, to preserve the Tibetan community, the culture, and your history, but we're fighting for a free Tibet, and we will never stop.
Next year.
Yes. And that's what we continue to aim. As you have a wide vision of what you want next, let's all work together, strategize, organize, and get it done. And I also want to make sure that within my lifetime, I want to see the first Tibetan American elected to the state of New York. And you have my partnership and my support in that, so please send us your interns, anyone that you want us to intern on our campaigns, that are interested, from Brooklyn to Manhattan to all over Queens. Every single borough has support for you, as you saw for the passage of this bill. So congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Losar Tashidele.
Everybody, please give a warm round of applause for Council Member Mercedes Narcisse.
Thank you for your leadership. And I have to say congratulations to my colleague, Julie Wan, that really fought hard to make sure that not only the day of parking, it is more than that. It is about recognizing the work that you're putting forward, that helping New York City to build, to make it a better place for all of us. You travel from Tibet. I travel from Haiti. We travel from India. We travel from all over the world to make this place our place. So we're going to build it together. We're going to say this is our culture. Let's make us a better place for all of us. This is New York City. This is your home. We choose this home. We're going to make sure that we build it for the next generation to come. As you heard my colleague said, we want to make sure that you get elected too, because you're going to fight for your own and for the people around you. So I want to say thank you. I am so proud to be part of it, to sign on that bill. So let's do it together. Let's go for
All right, so our next speaker, the Cultural Affairs Director from the Tibetan community of New York and New Jersey, Rinzin Domala. And Rinzin Domala is going to read a letter from the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration. So please give it up for Rinzin Domala.
Before I read the statement from Office of Tibet, I have in the community representing, so I want to say today that INTRO.100, the first ever law for Tibetan New Year, Losar, which facilitates alternate side parking suspicions on the first day of Tibetan. Losar is a very historic landmark. This historic bill is recognition for all the Asian Buddhist communities living in New York and around the state who came here to New York to celebrate the Tibetan Losar. It's a special recognition to our culture, history, and our identity. I therefore would like to thank our council member Julie Wong and our council member Sheto and our council member Nursey. And all the other council members and the members of the transportation committees and all the respected council members of New York City who have supported our votes for historic bill. We remain extremely thankful to all of you. I would like to thank our Himalayan community leaders and the members who have also joined work hard to have this INTRO.100 pass. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So I have the letter from the Office of Tibet, so I'm going to read this. Dear Council Member of New York City, the Office of Tibet is very pleased to hear about the addition of Losar, the Tibetan New Year, to the official New York City government calendar. This represents a recognition of the importance of Tibetans and Buddhist community in America's largest city. The suspension of alternate side parking in a city of 8.8 million people in honor of Losar mark the most significant recognition of Tibetan Americans by a municipality in the United States. The law is also a great welcome news to all those who celebrate staying at home with their families rather than receive a parking tickets or be forced to look for parking on Losar. In addition to North America's largest Tibetan American community, New York City is a home to tens of thousands of Himalayans and Western Buddhists who celebrate Losar. Many non-Buddhist New Yorkers will also learn about this meaningful cultural celebration of Losar because of this important law. We extend special thanks to the New York City Council and the council member Julie Wong, the prime sponsor of INTRO.100, for passing this historic legislation. Losar Tashidelek in advance. Sincerely, Namkyel Choduk, representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration to North America. Thank you.
I'm Kesan Councilman Julie Wong's office
Tibet NYC YouTuber jiri ngage Facebook use chigi amare Instagram use chigi me yerung bocha so de minyam do dewa tu mindorwa tat khazang dundra chig ni ngela mora range ngage khaba da han de khande tabsi cheche ne dewa che so wa ti de tangi gari shuge sna khong rawo gi tanda shunje nganzo chiso nanglo pe mangbu ji bogu dos shunje so lobjung use ne sula de ma dewa chene ende chene twen delam chik tu na nganzo baba chama do chigre chaya tang ande chik saja chigla kokam raya da tati indi ngata New York saja teaching chobole chosho yirwa ani morang la teaching chobo misum dong ngabja sa jiwe de chame chap shote bime chame chap shote morang la je che ta mao ba tinde chale rang nang ro jis tepe pembo do yago do ro nga kokap chungdo ga ni tende gi kawai na do thoba chigi kaise Tibet and my endi ro ti indi tinde nang ro chi tuje che nang
Thank you for coming.